We're here at the Inc. 5000 conference in Phoenix, Arizona. The guy just across from my booth here has been handing out these little American flags, and I proudly wear mine. Vance Patterson,
Great to be here.
thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
You're also a former Inc. 500 recipient.
We brought our first company back in 1994, brought another company in 2003, and have been coming as alumni ever since. We started a new company, decided to bring it and be exhibitors, which is a little different being on this side of doing business during the conference.
I think as you go through life, your values tend to, not change, but get more powerful. Right?
Well, when you get more resources, you're able to do more with what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
And this has been something that has been started about 3 years ago. I ran for U.S. Congress twice. My wife and I were up in Washington, D.C., visiting some of the congressmen and some of the groups that are up there. We had some extra time, so we went to the National Archives to see our founding documents. I'd never seen the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution. And those together with the Bill of Rights are what is known as our Charters of Freedom. So I remember standing there looking at them and how in awe I was of seeing something that our founding fathers had actually penned. And when you looked at their signatures, Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, you just got a lump in my throat. So later, while we're wandering around, two things occurred to me. First of all, that I would probably never be there again because it took me over 60 years to get there the first time. And second, most people will never see these documents, even though they're free and open to the public. Yeah. So then later, at the end of my second campaign, Mary Jo and I were sitting on the old courthouse green in Burke County, North Carolina, attending a National Day of Prayer meeting. And towards the end of the meeting, the thought came to me, what if we could duplicate the experience we had up in Washington, viewing those documents for the first time? What if we could duplicate that experience for our community there in Burke County? So when the meeting ended, Mary Jo and I walked around and we actually tried to pick out locations where we could put the documents. And that was kind of the start of the whole process and the start of a new venture.
Let's talk about that new venture.
Well, later that year, I ordered the first page document, life-size, first page of the Constitution, quarter-inch etched bronze plate, weighed over 60 pounds. And I started taking that around and showing it to different people, bringing up interest. And I approached the mayor of Morganton, North Carolina, along with some county commissioners. And I remember sitting in the meeting, talking about the project. And when I got done with it, I expected two questions. First of all, how much will it cost? And second, how we're going to pay for it. And sure enough, they said, how much will it cost? And I told them. And they didn't ask the second question. They just started talking about moving money around from budgets and everything. And I waited like 3 or 4 minutes before there was any silence. And I finally got to say, as far as how we're going to pay for it, this will be a gift from Mary Jo and I to the citizens of Burke County. Wow. And there was just silence. And I thought, oh no, there's some regulation that says I can't give a gift. And then Mayor Cohen said, that's incredible. And I knew it was going to happen. So that was the first set of documents that we put in, designed and built a monument with the Declaration of Independence on the left, Constitution in the middle, Bill of Rights on the right, just like displayed up in Washington, life-size, outside. And the idea is it's an education project now. With the idea that teachers will be encouraged to bring their students down on field trips and learn about the documents, our founding fathers, our government, and also state and local history.
Well, it's interesting in business at the Inc. 5000 conference here. We all know that we have to make sacrifices, but our founding fathers made the ultimate sacrifices so that we could have the freedoms that we have today, and we must not forget that.
You're right, and this makes me feel like I've got a direct link to our founding fathers by helping them preserve what they gave this country, a government for the people.
And then what happened?
Well, we had so much fun and enjoyed giving so much to our community, we picked out another community to do the same thing. And that was over in Cherokee County, the farthest west point of North Carolina, a little town called Murphy. And we did the same thing there. And following that, we decided to set up a foundation, a 501c3.
What's the name?
Called Foundation Forward Incorporated. Okay. It's incorporated in North Carolina with the intent of spreading these documents, these monuments across the country. There are 3,142 counties, boroughs, and parishes in the country, and we hope to do all of them within the next 9 years.
Well, we do need to know that this happened. We must never forget about it and make sure that we honor the lives that were lost and the lives that are still being given each day to keep our country free. I salute you.
Thank you.
Appreciate what you do.
Great to be here.
So if you want to support Foundation Forward Incorporated, how about a website?
FoundationForward.com.
FoundationForward.com. Vance Patterson, thank you.
You're welcome.